What is vengeance in the Batman anyway? Is Batman saying he simply needs to exercise a lighter touch? Because it feels like what Batman is instead pushing back against is corruption and radicalism. Corruption.
Oh, see, now you know what the problem is. How
Mhm.
dare Batman push against radicalism? Oh, what a bastard. What a
Yeah.
bastard.
In the form of renewal, and radicalism in the form of those who oppose renewal, the Riddler and his people, and Catwoman's willingness to use more violence than Batman is willing to use. Radicals are portrayed as only seeking vengeance instead of justice, and the audience's presuppositions about our systems and about radicalism are what makes this ring true to them in the end. In the Batman,
Oh, see, that's this is what bothers him. Okay. The movie, even though it completely fucked up Batman's themes, was very correct and right on the money for the Riddler character and for the Riddler's like little henchmen
Mhm.
teammates. Okay, for the Canes of the world, if we were to Jordan Peterson it, the people who are so angry at their own lives that they want to destroy everything for everyone else. You know,
Yeah.
the boys you throw out of the tribe will come back to burn it down.
He's happy about that characterization in the movie.
No, he's very upset by that characterization because it's so true that it strikes a nerve with him because he, being a radical communist who wants to spark the revolution, he wants to believe that his radicalism, that his revolution is
Is
not
good.
based on anger and vengeance, but on justice.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
He's chapped. He's like, look, this isn't vengeance. This is. I mean, but it is. It's social. It's a social vengeance movement. You're not fooling anyone,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
What about
100%.
what about it isn't? What about it is justice? I mean, all the people that you're belittling didn't really do anything. I mean, it's
Right.
problems from the past, not
Well,
current people.
yeah, and this is so easily illustrated by the difference between wokeness and like liberal civil rights. Because under liberal civil rights, the perception is, okay, we need to remove, racial, sex biases and treat people as individuals and help them, or allow them to succeed essentially in our society without society punching them in the face and holding them back. And then you got to treat everyone equally under these equal principles. Okay, that's what justice is. Treat everyone equally under these equal principles. But as we all know, that's not what wokeness is about at all. Wokeness is about, oh, because you are white and male, I get to insult you and make fun of you. Why? Because vengeance, motherfucker. Because you whiteys, you white males have been running things for so long that now it's our turn to fucking shit on you. You're so right to call it the social vengeance movement because that's all it is.
It totally is. Yeah, I've been
And this
calling
is
it
why
that one for a
this
while.
is why this whole conceptualization triggers Renegade Cut.
It is a little social justicey in the end here with the black congresswoman and stuff.
Well, she's a mayor, but yes, it's 100% woke. This is
Yeah,
shoved in some woke like,
they're like, take this,
right,
review our movie kindly, young
right.
social vengeance worker.
But he's like, no, this is a capitalist fraud because that lady, she's not talking about sparking the revolution against capitalism, so it's not actually woke, not woke enough for me.
That's so funny. I looked
justice
at
seems to be working within our institutions. The Batman recognizes corruption and acknowledges corruption, but recognizing corruption is not a condemnation of our institutions, because corruption is the institution not working as intended. Recognizing corruption only condemns corruption and may still tacitly endorse the institution. But what if the institutions, working as intended, create and enforce poverty?
So
right. Yeah, that's what happens. That's why the institutions are made to make people poor. That's the whole idea. Why? I mean, if that was true, why would you even allow people to vote?
that's a good
I
question.
mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Listen, we can
The
trust people to run co-ops and make all those decisions for some reason, even though we can't trust them to vote in communists.
I just don't get it. Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
Oh my God. You're right. But that's why this communist shit's all bullshit, is because that's why you always have the quote unquote vanguard party that has to usher in communism by force, until everyone wisens up to the idea that this is better, right?
Mhm.
You have to show them by force that this is a better way. Believe me, they'll thank me for this later. It's so preposterous. And it's just this idea that, like, well, Batman's a shitty hero and this movie sucks because he's just fighting against corruption. But corruption implies that the system would work without it. So, unless Batman changes his black for red and he says via revolution power to the people and starts punching out CEOs of companies, well then he's not really fighting crime.
Of course, he's got to take down the system.
This how God, like, how boring as a person must you be if you literally have to view everything through a singular lens, right?
Oh,
Like,
I know. Oh, yeah.
could you imagine, like, being friends with this guy and you're like, oh, hey, what do you think about the Batman movie? He's like, oh, that movie sucks because Batman doesn't fight against the capitalist pressures of our society. I'm like, what? Like, the fuck? I asked you what you thought about the movie. Like, why does everything have to be about one fucking thing? Oh, how did you went out to that restaurant last night. Oh, how was, your meal? Oh, my meal sucked because my chicken
Capitalism.
parmesan was a representation of the capitalist overlords that ruled our society. It's like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
These people are so boring. You have to do more with your life. You can't just see everything through the same boring fucking lens. Come on. Come on.
They want to change society. They really do. This is their religion. This is their proselytizing. This is how they find meaning in their lives.
Yeah, but you can be.
Some people go around and say, listen, have you heard about Jesus? Some people do that, and they get a thrill of it. It's great.
Right, but no, and you're right. And
He's like, have you heard about capitalism?
Have you heard about Karl Marx?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It really is.
It's like the people who they're like, oh, we can't read Harry Potter because there's witchcraft in it, and that's against Christianity. And you're like, oh my God, listen.
I know
Yeah.
some people take it too far. It is.
I know.
It's a you nailed it. It's a single lens analysis.
Yes.
Like, the world is too complicated for just one lens. It really is.
Yes.
Every situation, looking at every single situation through that lens, it's just not healthy. It's not healthy.
It's horrible and boring. And God, you're like one of those people that you make a mistake of talking to at a party, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of this conversation. You're like, oh my, that was the best part of the invention of the cell phone. You can now, it's very easy to extract yourself from any conversation. You're like, oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. Hello? And you just walk away.
Do you use that fake app?
No, I don't. I haven't had.
Do you know the fake app I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking. It's like a fake app. It makes it look like you have a fake phone call.
There's a fake app that you can, like, press a button and it'll call your cell phone in like a minute.
Yeah.
So you pretend you're getting a call.
That's pretty amazing. That's a great app. You should get that.
Oh, look, it's my mom calling.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. This could be important. Hold on. I really want to hear about how the Batman is not a proper indictment of our capitalistic system, but I got this very important phone call. So let me, I'm going to walk away from you. Hopefully I can see you again and we can finish this at some other part, some other point.
What if they create and enforce injustice? What if they must be replaced by something more than reform, something that requires more than voting? Well, that's radicalism, and
Uh-oh.
He's going full Riddler here.
Uh-oh. Him and second thought over here. What if voting isn't enough, everybody? What if we need to do the violent revolution?
He
I like that.
literally is the guy from the movie because he's got
Yeah.
like the Riddler has the YouTube channel and all his fans. I mean, it's the same thing, is it not?
I love how all these guys who are like second thought and this guy who all look like they're 120 pounds soaking wet are like, we need to start the violent revolution. Like, okay. That's like, okay, calm down.
Just clean your room,
Yeah,
Skippy.
listen. Yeah, like listen. Okay.
In the Batman that as vengeance, not justice. For only within our institutions can justice be found, no matter how much evidence exists to the contrary. The mayor was dirty, but the new mayor will not be dirty. The bad politician is bad, but the good politician is good. Trust in liberal democracy.
There you go. See,
Oh,
fuck liberal democracy.
he did the thing. He keeps
Yeah.
doing the thing.
It's so funny because it's not funny. It's dark that right now the mainstream is so fixated on the dangers of right-wing radicalism.
Oh, I know.
And you have, all the right-wing radicals and crazy people, they all get basically booted off of every platform ever. They have to create their own platforms. They have to do all this shenanigans just to, do anything. And then you have all these like crazy left-wing radicals who are advocating for the overthrow of our liberal fucking democracy and advocating for violent revolution. And it's all just completely ignored.
Yeah.
Completely ignored.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're still on all the platforms.
Right. This is, and this is what I said when we watched that Vosh video. We're just one mass shooting away from, half of BreadTube being banned from YouTube.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So, I mean, that's all it takes. That's all it takes.
It's so weird.
The police
It's going to happen, totally happen.
It is weird and it is unfortunate because it will happen. It will 100% happen.
Yeah.